Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as facts. Nothing that is said about any person, organization, gaming company, or sport topic in general should be taken as facts, as well as any talk about any political, religious, or medical topics. As for medical topics at all times, you should speak to a licensed medical professional before any opinion is considered. Everything that is said on this podcast is opinion-based only. Viewers and listeners' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the DrVtach Show. This podcast is a long-form conversation hosted by DrVtach with the top guests in the world of esports. All from owners, pros, semi-pros, former pros, and content creators of many games. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DrVtach Show. Well, today we got a special guest, and oh boy, this guy is special, and he is tough. Oof. So tough. You want to know how tough he is? He strangled a buffalo with a cordless phone. I'm going to tell you, this guy is tough. He is tough. I'm telling you, he is one of the top NA Pro League Rainbow Six players there is out there. A very good friend of mine, actually. We known each other for quite some time, over like a year or so. So, guys, I want to introduce you to Rexen from Team Soniqs. Hey, Richie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just doing podcasts too, and see how
man. How's life treating you, man? Because I know you've been through a lot. You had you were moving or something like that, and you moved.
So November, Atlanta Major. After the Atlanta Major, I went to the UK. I was there for a month. My girlfriend's over there right now, so I just went and saw her. It was a great time. I came back to my apartment in Vegas, and then from there, I went to Invite. So I was in Brazil for 3 weeks, and then from Brazil, I had scheduled this while I was there. I had to get a U-Haul. I flew my brother out, and then from there we drove home. He did most of the driving, thankfully, because I had been up for almost 2 days straight, and I was really, really tired. So I was, getting him snacks. So everyone and trying to accommodate him for what he was doing, which I greatly appreciate, because that's not an easy drive. It's like 6 hours, 6.5, especially in a U-Haul. So then I got home, and then I set my room up. I redid my room. Actually, it costed a couple grand just for everything, and then not counting labor, but my set that is carpeting. So we did the walls, the crowning, the baseboard, the paint, panels, and then a little bit more. Like you can see the posters and the TV and all that. Moved my bed around. It was great. Anyways, but no, I just did that, and then the league started. We had a really rough start, and then after that, we changed out a player. So we changed out Gio for Pablo. Did very well in LCQ, but fell short, which was our fault. But we had like less than 2 weeks of practice. But I was happy with how good we did. But again, it's not enough because we missed the major, so that was annoying. But no, after that, my girlfriend actually just left recently. She was here for like 3 weeks. I got a new car. It's like a 2023 BMW, and now I'm gonna get my winning soon. But life's been good. It has ups and downs, but it's been good. I'm worried.
Yeah. Now, your girlfriend, is she from the U.S. or she's from UK?
No, she's from there. I met her in Berlin when the Berlin Major. We played there, and obviously we didn't do it. It was funny enough, it was Seth's last major. It was his last event he was gonna play, and obviously we wanted to win it, but we fell short. So the last night, usually at every event, the teams get grouped, all go at like a bar and hang out and just you just chop it up with each other, and then they leave. But you're supposed to have a good time before you leave. So I didn't want to do that. I was upset, and Xander, or Yeti, was just like, hey, come on out. Like, this is the last time you're ever gonna be here. You might as well just enjoy the night instead of sitting in your room upset. And I was like, all right, whatever, sure. So I went down into the lobby, and it was Salty. He's like the media guy for R6. And Taro were sitting on my side, and then Jasmine's her name, and then this other girl called Toxic Barbie were on the other side. And no, pretty much we hit it off, had a good time, and then we were friends for about a year, and now we've been together for almost a year. So I've known her for almost 2 years. But
Wow.
no, she came out here. It was great, good time. Long distance definitely hard, but
It is.
I'm not, interested in anyone here, and I think she's worth it. So
Good for
I'm
you,
just
man.
doing on that.
Good for you. Well, we got to thank Yeti for that because Yeti.
Yeah, I
I
would have
had him
been.
on the show. Phenomenal guy.
Yeah, no, I like Xander a lot.
Sanders he's a character, man. He's
Yeah,
real
he's
funny.
funny. He's really energetic too. He's just all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, he's he's very electric. I like him. Love the guy. He's phenomenal. So Richie, I want to ask you, how did everything kind of started for you when you started gaming? Were you a console player, or you started from on PC?
Yeah, so it's funny enough. I was telling this dude yesterday about this. One of my fans, he's watched my stream a lot. But I started playing games, and I was around 2 years old. My mom has like a bunch of pictures of it. If I had them, I could show you, but I don't know where they are off the top of my head.
Oh, you're good.
I had played with my dad, and I had Xbox. So it was like the OG Xbox, and I would play Halo CE, and then a little bit later Halo 2 came out. But I play a lot like the Star Wars games. There was a lot of different smaller games that came out during that time, but the main one that stuck to me was Halo. Halo is my favorite. I always enjoyed playing Halo. I played console. I played on console like Call of Duty, Lost Planet. I played really whatever. In middle school, I got a PlayStation 3, and that's when I started playing Black Ops 2 on that. And then after that, I was at my friend's. I was coming back home from my friend's house. It was my freshman year going into my sophomore year for high school, and what happened is my mom had heard on the radio that you could get a scholarship for playing League of Legends. So, funny enough, that's actually what I'm playing right now. But I had no idea what the game was. So, she's like, listen, you can play on my computer, but it only has to be this game. And I downloaded the game. My cousin, I'm really close with him. He also got the game. And then my buddy Jared from school had played the game a little bit. So, I would play with them. And eventually, I stemmed out and started playing games like Gary's Mod or Counter-Strike. My friends at school play Counter-Strike. So I played Counter-Strike with them. And I don't think she knew. I think she assumed I was just playing League of Legends the entire time. But that's how I started playing PC games, was I would just play on my mom's computer in the living room. And then I got into it, and I started building my own. So then, I got my own computer. I went to, it's at my grandfather's house. I used to live there with him. I still have it there. It's a i3 4150, a GTX 750, but it doesn't have a 6-pin connector, so it doesn't pull enough power. So it's not a really strong card at all. It's a really janky computer, but it's still there, and it's cool to just reminisce and think about how different it was back then. From where I was now to where I am, or where I was to where I am now. And I had the computer, and I played PC games probably from my sophomore year on.
That's crazy. Now, question. You told me before that you were into Halo. How come you didn't try to go into Halo Pro League?
Well, simply put, I don't think the game is as fun as Siege, and the pay is nowhere near what Siege is.
That's correct. Unless
It's
you
a lot
play with a
lower.
bigger org or something.
Yeah, it's a lot lower. I don't know, don't quote me, but I don't think even Optic makes crazy money. I think they don't make bad money, but
they make decent amount. But my friend Renegade, that's what Team FaZe, he's probably one of the most highest pay. But because he's with FaZe.
Yeah. Is he making above $5,000, or is he making?
Oh, I don't know. He's
okay.
not gonna probably tell me.
He wouldn't tell you that. Okay.
Yeah. But he was with Cloud9. I mean, this guy freaking won. I mean, he just wins and wins championships it's crazy. And then FaZe picked him up, and they just won last year, a major, the big one. And
yeah, I try and keep up with it. Obviously, it's kind of hard. I don't really follow the players that much, so I don't know. I used to watch what's his name? I used to play against him a lot in rank 2. The Optic guy. He kind of looks like Scump.
Lucid.
Lucid, yeah, he's good. Yeah, I used to watch him all the time. I still do, and if I ever get in my a Halo phase, I'll watch him because I think he's entertaining. Or I'll watch Formal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I watch.
One guy. There's a guy on their team, Trippy. really good player as well.
He's new, right? Or they got a new
No,
guy
no,
that.
he's been with that team for a while. He's been with
They
them for a
picked up
while.
someone that was new that was good. Dead shot, dead turn, dead zone. It's something
Yeah,
like that.
I think I forgot. I don't follow them Optic that much. I just follow my friends that I have with them in the Halo scene. But a lot of those guys watch one guy in particular, and they just when he's streaming, they're just like tuned in because what they do, they try to like learn everything that he does, and that's Persecute.
Oh,
That's the guy that
Persecute?
that's the guy that I have set up to play with you, and he said he was down. He's bro, he's like a twin of Lucid. He's that good, and the problem is his story is more like the Tom Brady story that nobody wanted to pick him up until somebody tries to pick him up. But now he's to a point in his life. He's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Because Halo is very different from Rainbow to get picked up.
Yeah. Well, I assume it's who you know.
That's how it is. It's all friend base, and if you're
That's what I
not friends with
figured.
this group, then forget it.
That's
You
what
could
I-
be a freaking phenomenal player. I mean, just a beast. They don't
Well,
care.
yeah,
if
it's
you're
all
not
politics,
friends.
and if you're
Yep.
not known, no, that's what I figured it was. Same with COD, is I figured that's how those games are because they're floor. So they've been out for so many years, and people know, like everyone knows each other. So
Yeah,
that's
they
also
recycle players, and it was just like, man, this guy's almost in his 30s, and they're still using him.
yeah. I
and-
guarantee you, some 18-year-old, just got out of high school, it was a lot better than those players, but because they're not known or they're not like a big
Yeah.
enough brand for these orgs, like it's just
It's sad. It's sad because Halo had so much potential. I mean,
they flopped. They really flopped with it. I was so
Yeah.
excited for this Halo, dude. I would get in arguments with Xander that the Halo was gonna do well, and he's like, no, it's not. It's gonna have its brief stint of a few months of people playing it, and I was like, no, Halo's good. Like this one's gonna do so well, and then what do you know? They didn't update the game. It was terrible at launch. And he was like, well, told you. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right. Just wanted the game to do well.
yeah, me too. Because it that was my first game on Xbox, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
Halo.
Love Halo.
And the storyline, loved it, played it, had a good time. And then obviously I switched to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so I had a blast with that one. That was really cool. And then Battlefield, and then
Battlefield 3. Yeah, I
yeah,
played a lot of
Battlefield
that.
3, and then I went to Battlefield 4, and then I was like top 30 in Battlefield 4. I was freaking just going crazy. I have a clip and I saved it. It's on Twitter. Sometime I might repost it. But it's I was going off. It was they're really good. So when you started with Rainbow, you had your own group of people you were playing with, or
No. The way that happened was I had playing another big game from my childhood was Rainbow Six Vegas 2. It was I don't know if you ever played it. It's like first person, and then it's like cover based combat. And you go in third person. One of my favorite games of all time. Which there was a leak that they're apparently remastering that game. So if they do, that's what I'm gonna be playing.
wow.
Seth was also funny enough pro in that game. Seth,
Yes.
yeah, I was like 8 years old. And he was playing pro league, but
That's crazy.
yeah, no. I played that game a lot. So I went to my cousin's house one day, and it was near Thanksgiving, I think. And he was playing Siege, and I had no idea about this game. Initially, when the game first came out, I think I wanted to get it, but I couldn't run it. So I just, I didn't even try it. So I was watching him play. He was playing like Blackbeard. When Blackbeard was OP though, and
Yeah.
he just told me the game was good and I should try it. So that was my junior year, almost going into my senior year. I was about halfway through my junior year of high school, and I got it, and I started playing it, and obviously, I fell in love with the game. I had like the cheaper edition of the game because the editions were different. So you would get 2 free characters, and then you had to unlock everyone else, and then the normal games you have everyone unlocked. Well, I got Castle and Fuse, and I still remember to this day, my first ever season playing of Siege. It was Red Crow. I played like the placement games. I got placed gold. And I think I was playing it for a few weeks. because I got it, and I'd either solo queue or I would duo queue. But the person I was duo queuing with was my buddy Lenny, who's from school, and his internet was really bad. So I mean, we would load into a game, and he would disconnect and not be there the rest of the game, and he would do that multiple games in a row. But no, I was below the lowest rank in the game before, because ranks were backwards back then. Like it was like copper 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd go up. So I was copper 1, and which copper 1 is like 1400 elo. But I had lost so much that I was 600 points below the threshold. So I was like copper 1, 800, elo, and it was bad.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, you could go below the low.
Horrible.
It was crazy. Yes.
To get out of that, forget it. It would take an eternity.
Yeah, there was no point. So that season was chalked. So I would play that, but yeah, that's how I got into Rainbow. Was just I saw my cousin play it one time, and I decided, okay, cool, I'll play it too. And then with the whole Pro League thing, I'd never even like bang. I was never like, oh, I can't wait to go pro and playing this game. It just sort of happened.
Did your mom was like, hey, what are you doing? You're switching games on me?
No. My mom just knew I played video games. Obviously she knew I was really big into Halo, but it's not like I told her I was going pro in Siege or anything like that. I kind of just play video games, and she knew it, and that was really it.
That's kind of funny, because a lot of parents don't understand about Pro League, and they don't understand, there's money involved, you get paid, and etc.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing with my parents. Is just, I mean, obviously this is all coming together. Like from my age, they didn't have this when they were younger,
Correct.
And I didn't realize the money that could be made from doing it. So, yeah, no, they were just the whole time were like, you're not gonna get paid doing this. They want me to get a job and understand. All right, that's fine. I hit 18. I was doing college for a little bit, and then I got a job. And I just did college and had a part-time job until I made CL. And then when I made CL, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this, more seriously. I'm gonna quit my job and pursue this. And then I did that, and then we made Pro League. But yeah, like my dad, one of it sticks with him is because I did an interview a long time ago, years ago, and in the interview I said, I was like, oh, if I was living with my dad, I wouldn't even be doing this, because he's very against video games. I don't really know why, because he's the one that got me to play them, but I guess he just doesn't like them. I don't know, but he played with me when I was younger. Like I would play Black Ops 2 with him. Like we'd play multiplayer. I don't understand it now, but yeah, I live with my mom, so fortunately enough, she allowed me to, pursue what I wanted to do, and then I started making money out of it, and now she doesn't say that anymore. Like, oh, you're not gonna make money doing this. So
yeah, once they see the amount of money that you're making, they feel, because their parents always want the best for their child.
Exactly, they want
the best, and the thing is that they weren't raised up in the multimedia thing, and there was no Twitter back then. There was no Twitch. There was no Kick. There was no streaming services to play and stream. It was very, very different. And multiplayer, that wasn't around.
Yeah, having to do multiplayer like on the OG Xbox, it was like weird. It was like a weird way you had to do it.
Yeah, very weird, and it was just like it wasn't meant for Pro League. You had to be on PC. And I had Fatality on the show, and he was explaining to me, everything was on PC, and he had to travel. He had to go. Excuse me. He had to do some traveling and travel around the world, go against people from China, Japan, all this stuff. The guy he's the GOAT. He's the Tom Brady of esports. But yeah, it's like so different than how it is now. Now you guys can scrim from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
It's
very different, exactly.
Yeah. So once you were in Challenger League, how long you were in Challenger League?
Only one season. I think
really?
It was like less than 3 months. Yeah, it kind of just took off because I just played ranked all the time, and I would play against the good players, and then like I'd play against my future teammates. But yeah, no, I was only in for one season. We made it. We had a hot start, and then we started falling short, but we barely scraped by. And then Yeah, no, I was only in for one season. We had to be OC, which back in the day it was Fultz, Mert, Art, Oasis, and Prod, and there was one other person. But they were like the favorites to win the league and to go into Pro League, but they didn't. They fell short and lost, and then got picked up by pro teams. So Fultz from there went to SSG, which is where he's still at, and then Merck went to TSM. Well, they were EXG, and then they signed with TSM. Yeah. And then Art quit the game. Oasis quit the game. Prod quit the game. Well, Prod kept trying in CL. He quit the game. And then Factor went to my team on LG a little bit later on, and then quit the game. Yeah, no, just once.
You get to play with Thomas?
Yeah, he was my teammate on like 3 different teams.
Oh, okay. Because Thomas went out at H. I had him on the show not too long ago. Crazy guy, but he mentioned you. We were talking about you a little bit.
Yeah, no, I like Thomas. My God.
Phenomenal guy. That was funny. And I was like, man, you got to play with Rexen? And he was like, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I've known Thomas for a very long time. I used to play against him ranked all the time. We didn't start out as friends, but then, we became friends over the time. I'm still friends with him today, but I like Thomas.
It's kind of crazy. Some people you don't start off as friends. You think, okay, I think I'm never going to get along with this person. And all of a sudden, months passes by. This person is actually like one of your best friends.
Yeah, a lot of my friendships actually started like that.
Mine's too. It's really freaking crazy.
I just didn't think I'd get along with these people, and then some time passes, and we're just good friends.
That happens a lot. It's really weird. You become friends with people that you thought in the beginning that that's not going to
click. Would never be the case. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and the people that you think you're gonna click don't end up clicking on the long run. It's really freaking weird. It's like, man, what the world? So now I just don't judge nobody. I just okay, if it doesn't click, fine. If it clicks, fine. We got a good friendship, and that's cool. That's crazy, man. Yeah. So then after that, with Challenger League, you immediately got picked up with Soniqs?
No. So the way it worked back in the day was there were relegations. So the worst team in Pro League had to play the best team in CL to make the league. Well, at the time in that league, there was only 8 Pro League teams or 9 Pro League teams. It was something like that. So it was odd because 2 teams got promoted. So what happened is that I was on 92 Dream Team, and my team, it was me, Hyena, Doodle, Yardy, and Thomas. And what happened is we had to play the promotional game, but in order to promote to Pro League, we had to play 2 different teams. So we had to play, I think it was Sonic. Yeah, we had to play, I think Soniqs first. Funny enough, I had to play against Seth first. We won, and then I had to play against who was the other one? All right, Soniqs. No, OC, Soniqs and OC. And we beat them both, and then I think Soniqs had to play against OC, or Soniqs had to play against the team that was in relegations, the Pro League team. I forget how, but basically we beat 1 or 2 games. We made Pro League. I was on Luminosity, which is the shit org that's in the league now. I think it had different management or something at the time, but they that was the first bad part of my career, which I was done wrong. We were on LG, and basically they didn't get the position they wanted in the pilot program, so they were pulling out because there was a bunch of false promises, a bunch of just bullshit. They were told they're gonna get tier 1 and then tier 2 and then tier 3, and obviously each tier, I think at the time, had stipends to help with orgs, and they didn't get what they wanted, so they pulled out. But the issue was they didn't tell us they were doing that, so we had to find out through a different person, which we found out through Seth. So it was pretty ridiculous that was the case. Our own org didn't tell us, and now they're back in the league somehow. But after that, what happened was I was out of a team for a few months, so I once again went to go play CL with Thomas and Yardy, And then it was me, Thomas, Yardy, Filthy, and I forget the last player, but we went through CL again. When we were doing that, Butters, I think was the other one. But we were in there, and then a few months later, I got hit up by United, which was Yeti, and Alfama, and they were looking for 2 players. So I was doing tryouts then, and Evan or Kansan was the other tryout. And during that time, we were in playoffs for CL, and I still remember Yardy was saying that I was throwing because I had already had a pro league spot, which doesn't make any sense because even if you look back at the stats, I almost had a 2.0. I was hard carrying, like I was originally over there, so I don't, I think he was just doing it to be funny, but no, I played on the United, and we had a brief stint. I think we were a team for 3 months, 4 months, if that. But we fell short. If we had beat DZ because we were even ahead, we would have made the major, but we didn't beat DZ, and the bracket was different back in the day. So it was like weird. You didn't even play all the teams in the league. Like you played people that were on your bracket, and then in playoffs you maybe played someone else. It was a weird way. But no, we fell short, didn't make it, and then once again, my org pulled out, so that was the second time that happened in a row. But these people were transparent, and they did tell us the truth, so that was good. I was respecting for that. But no, the way I joined the Soniqs, that was what I'm getting to, is after that had happened, Seth wanted to try me out. I tried out, didn't have a good time. Said, no, I appreciate the offer, thank you, but I'm not going to play, and I'll just sit through CL. Or no. I did that tryout when I was in CL with Rent Free, which is the team I was on before I joined United. So I did that a while back. But he had asked me to join, and I was like, hey, I'll join if I could bring Evan and Xander with me. So him and he was like, okay, I'll get back to you. And so him and Pablo just scrimmed with a bunch of different people for a while, and then he finally got back to me and was like, hey, like this is the team. What you want to play? And that's the team we went with.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, was Seth like a player, or was he like a manager or a coach?
No, he was a player. Okay. He's only been doing this managing stuff for 2 years now, I think. But before that, I mean, he was a player the entire time.
Oh, okay. That's crazy, man. That's freaking wild. Now, how many years have you been in Pro League?
About 5 years now. It was 2019 May, I think, or June or something like that. It's been in like a month. It's gonna be 5 years. So
okay.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah, but you're still young. I mean, you still got ways to go.
Yeah. I'm 25. I feel like I'm young, but I'm not like a kid young. Like 19.
Yeah. Young man.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it made. So are you have any plans in the future? Like, okay, I'm gonna just stick with this for another 3-4 more years, and now I'm thinking about doing something else. Because you said you went to college, right? You were studying.
Yeah, I just met Gen Ed. It was so short because the way like Siege went. So I was in there for like half a semester. I didn't really get super far because it was half semester work and then hit CL, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I just dropped that. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about it. Like, obviously, in my head, like, I want to do this till the wheels fall off. I think I'm capable of going pretty far in it. I've had, like, friends, like, offer me jobs, and I told them it's something I look into. My idea of what would happen if, I were to stop doing this would be either see if I could obviously work with one of my friends, because if it's about, who you know, not what you know, and if they're in a good spot and they could help me out get a job, like, that'd be great. If not, I would just go to college and like work a job on the side, and that's always what I've thought. Obviously, I'm not going to see great income right away. My income would drop by a good amount, but
I mean, you could do what Laxing is doing. I mean, you stay with a esports
that's
industry.
the goal. Yeah, that's the goal, is like to branch out in esports. Because if I've been a player for so long, I understand the game, and then I have connections with other people, I could branch out, try content creation or something of that nature. within esports because I've been building a brand the entire time. I feel like I'm a pretty likable person. I get along with people.
Oh yeah, you get along with everybody. You're really nice.
Yeah, so I don't think that'd be hard. It's definitely something I would look into. So as for my future, I'm not exactly certain, but I mean, obviously in a perfect world, if I could just the rest of my life, that'd be great, you know.
Correct. I think to be in it for many, let's say 20 years, 30 years until you like retire, you got to branch out into also in other games.
Yeah.
Because certain games won't last that long. I mean, I am in shock how long Counter-Strike has lasted.
I mean, Counter-Strike's been around since before I was even born.
Yeah, that game it's been out for years and it's still growing and it still has this massive base of fans. So, I mean, now Siege is climbing back up, but it was on a downfall. And then now it's like rising up again. I think the Brazil, that was a big boost. That was freaking crazy.
That was a good event. They got a lot of traction. I also do think Jinxie is doing a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that's also another big factor is he's doing a lot for the game. I feel like a lot of people find him entertaining, and so they want to, I don't know, they see him playing the game, like, oh, I want to play the game too.
Yeah, I think Tinda Tapman said something. Oh, I wish I knew this game a long time ago. I would have been playing. He said like he really likes it. Then I see Dr. Disrespect playing it.
Yeah, he was playing it.
You know, you got some big names out there. They're playing it, and they like it.
I saw Landmark playing it. He's like a Tarkov streamer.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing it the other day. I was watching him play.
I think if they start playing with players like yourself, pro players, they could like really enjoy it even more.
Yeah,
because
the game is very
more.
different. Exactly.
Yeah.
The game is so different from just ranked play to competitive, and then I feel like if you just have one person that understands it and tells you what to do, it's like, it's like unlocks your brain. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. I want to try this different strategy, and then you try it out, and that's how you have fun with the game.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I from time to time, I chat with Summit 1G, and
I've been watching him for years. Yeah. I've been watching that guy for years.
He's a friend. We go back and forth on Twitter, and then I'm gonna see if I could convince him to try Rainbow. But
Has he played Siege before? I think he has.
I think he has. I just don't know. I don't know if he liked it or not. Now he's doing Star Citizen. He's playing everything because I got to meet him through a friend of mine that when he was playing Halo like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I remember he was in that brief Halo stint. I was playing against him. It was like literally like maybe like 2 months ago. If that, I was literally teaming against him.
Oh really?
Yeah, I would beat him. His name was like Serial Killer 983, or it was something like that. I don't know what team I play against him, but no, yeah, I remember that.
Then I had a friend of mine, and somebody's like, "Hey, you guys know anybody?" I said, "Well, you want me to try to get Renegade for you?" He's like, "Heck yeah!" I said, "Well, I DM Renegade Jonathan," and he's like, "I can't, I'm too busy," and I'm okay. Then fine, I go with Plan B. So I got him to hook him up with Accelerate. He's like the number very phenomenal mouse and keyboard player on that game. I mean, he is super.
Yeah, and then to watch that guy.
Accelerate, he got to play with Summit. They had a blast. They were just kicking butt. Because I'm friends with Eli X, and that's I see that guy play and with all the pros. He's like just a ranked player that plays with them, right? Yeah, he's just a ranked player. Yeah, he's good. He's nowhere. None of these guys. They're all like really talented and good. They all know each other. But when it comes to like these players that are super talented, like Persecute, that guy. That's the guy that a lot of people wanted to see. Oh, did you? In your VTAC show, I was scrolling through and I see him. Yeah, Persecute. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if I ever get a day you get to play with him, it's really wild. It's really I honestly, when he invites me to play with him, I don't like it. To be honest, it's fun to play with a friend, but it's not fun that you're going 4-20.
Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
He's like, don't worry about it, I'll carry you. And he is going like 26-4. I mean, I'm like,
Every game,
dude,
yeah.
yeah. And he's like, "Brr, brr, brr," and they're just like, everybody respects him. And once he's on, oh, we got Persecute with us. Okay, we're winning. And I'm telling you, he's super talented. He plays a lot with a lot of pros. But like I said, it's the politics of it. Who do you know? If you're friends with who?
Exactly. That's why I personally think that like COD and Halo are extremely easy games. I feel like Siege is probably the hardest FPS to play
Correct.
because there's so much to it. So I feel like once you learn Siege at a very high level, obviously, it trickles down. Like any competitive game, if you go to another one, there were, the same basics, like your fundamentals, your communication. I feel that all spreads throughout all of them. So I feel like I ought to try and pick up Halo. It'd be extremely easy because it's just like a 3-lane shooter. You manipulate the spawns and play the objective.
Bingo.
It looks super easy. And then that last event they had, I don't know if it was like the Invitational or the Major, that one team got top 8, the guy in MNK. And like now there's aim assist on MNK, which makes it even easier. And I think I would do really well. I think I would shoot a lot of these players.
If Persecute's not around, I'll hook you up with Accelerate. I know him. Very good friend of mine.
Yeah, I think you tried that before, and I just never hopped on because I was.
Yeah, you never hopped on. You got busy. I think you got busy with scrims and stuff like that, and it's like
well, it was scrims, and then I think I dropped the game because like with Halo, it's like I'll play it here and there. I'll get really into it. Like right now, I got Onyx again. It's super easy. I get on, get my Onyx, get off because, like I have fun with the game, but I just have to be in the mood to play it. Like right now, my goals, for example, like I'm playing League of Legends right now. I just won my first game. Or give me 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay, we'll pause it.
Well, like I would get down and play. But for example, like right now, I'm just playing League. I want to hit Masters. Season reset soon, so hit my Masters, get off, play a different game. So Halo might be the next one because they had a new update and it looks pretty good.
The thing is, Richie, I feel that you're the type of person that if once you get bored of something, you'll stop playing it because you don't find it challenging. That's why Rainbow Six is very challenging for you because Rainbow Six, I compare this, and I said this many times on the podcast, Rainbow Six is like a game of chess. You got 3 people on one side. You got to figure out how you're going to kill them. And there's only 2 of you. And there's like 47 seconds left to the game. And then you're thinking like multiple stuff. Cams. You're thinking about.
Well, exactly. That's the main reason I play Siege is because I've always said this before is you'll never play the same round twice in Siege. No matter if you have the same operators, the same players, the same everything. You'll never play the same round twice because it'll play out differently. One round somebody might hit fire headshot through the floor, or they hit the shot that you didn't, and that completely changes the round. So when there's these close rounds, and I've always believed it's like me and Paul have the same belief that like Siege kind of like a 50-50. Like if I hit that shot, we win the round. If we don't, we don't. And I've always stood by that because I've gotten to arguments before with like previous teammates and like, oh, like the strats are wrong, you didn't do X, Y, and Z, and it's like, no. If I had killed that guy, you would have told me, oh, good job, you killed that guy, that's great. But because I died and we lost a round, you're saying something different. Like it's just Siege will always be different. It's just we say it all the time. Yeah. Oh, that's just Siege things, It just is what it is, like Siege timing or something like that. But Siege is always different. Always enjoyed the game. I always will enjoy the game. I mean, you hit it hit the nail right in the head. That's literally why I play Siege. It's always different. It's challenging.
It's challenging. It's always different. You're gonna get different players. You could put up the same strat.
A million
player's
times.
Each player's gonna play your strat differently. You probably barricade one, wall, and you're probably accustomed people to destroying it, and this other group of people don't even go near it.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait 1 second, I expected them to come over here. No, they're not. They're actually right behind you. Oh crap!
Exactly.
Let's change the strategy now. What we're gonna do? So it's very challenging. It's like I said, it's a game of chess. You don't know what the other person's gonna do.
That's partially so the way the game is right now. It's kind of annoying because it's not like that right now. It's very, as I said, it's very 50-50. It's very hit your shot. It's like it's like rush, cheese, bring whatever you can to sweep the leg and get around. It's really annoying to play against. I think the game, the devs excuse me, they have these updates that are just sitting in like for the next season, like the
Correct.
Fenrir update and the Souls update, and those are great updates. Like I'm actually impressed that they can even think of something like that, because before the updates were like ridiculous. So
Correct.
that's good for them. But why do I have to wait 3 months for a Solus nerf that we know Solus has been broken since release? We know she's been broken. Fenrir nerfs.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting 6 months when we know he's an issue? And the updates doesn't make any sense, because the update is, hey, when you shoot the Fenrir, the purple smoke goes away, and that should be from the jump on release. That should be that. But what I think is that maybe it has something to do with the engine. Maybe they don't know how to, because the game it's older. It's in the Assassin's Creed thing. So maybe there's limitations to it, because that's how it was with Maverick when Maverick first released. There was limitations with the game, because the flamethrower torch, and that's how people found out. They're like, oh, it's gonna be a flamethrower op, and obviously it's not a flamethrower op. It's just a torch, but that's what people thought back in the day. So I'm assuming that's what it is. I have no idea. But yeah, I think those need to be nerfed. I think attack needs to be gutted. I think attack is insane for the reason Ying, Grim, Shields. The Shields update is insane. Dokkaebi is a big one. Dokkaebi is almost 100%. Dokkaebi needs to be nerfed. That's just insane that the character gets away with that. I think Deimos needs to be tweaked, and I think the game would be in a lot better position, because
Deimos is I freaking hate going against Deimos. I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's just
it's just the issue with Deimos is that, one, his pistol needs to be nerfed. It does too much damage, and two, when Deimos scans you, which I didn't even know, by the way, until recently, when Deimos scans you, he can see you before you see him for like a couple seconds. So he can see where you are and then turn off and know where you are and then pre-fire you, and you're not going to know that. So to me, that's not fair. And Dokkaebi, I don't like when Echo was immune to her phone call. That was a great, like, that was great for the game, like a little passive. Why is that still not in the game? I feel like that should be in the game. The Zofia one was, that one I don't even know why they took it out. I think because people were upset and were complaining about it. But no, yeah, there needs to be some changes to attack and defense, because the game, I will say, it's still fun right now. I'm not gonna say it's not, but it's like unhealthy. It's just
is it because it's more defender sided.
I think, the game is defender sided right now, but it's because people. Well, no, not necessarily. No, I've always been on a good attacking team, so I don't know what it's like to just get mopped. Like, obviously, we have bad games here and there, but I think the attackers have a lot, and the defenders, depending on the operators you have, makes it defender sided. Like, obviously, the game will be inherently defender sided because the attackers have an objective, but it's obviously map dependent. Most of the time, yes, it is defender sided. You see a lot of teams nowadays. They will get an insane amount of rounds on defense and not get a single attack, like, because they have no idea how to attack. I find that very surprising. I think it just comes down to coordination, because I think attack is very strong right now for what they're being given. And then if you've seen the new update, their new update for Sense was just to give him another gadget. And again, that's going to be a power creep if this guy keeps getting updates back to back to back. And then, after all these updates, he becomes God. Like, look at Grim. Grim on release was a joke. Why was he even a character? Grim got 3 updates back to back. You pull out the canister faster. You shoot them faster. You can now bounce them. They last longer. The pings are more active. It's like perma pings. Like, all these updates back to back to back make these characters insanely strong. So now, one Sense little roller thing, the little ball, I forget what it's called, that, no, is not going to make him strong. Like, okay, that right there, just that alone, no, that will not make him strong. But now you pair it with the other operators, and that is what makes it strong.
Correct.
Like, Ying getting 4 canisters is crazy. Why does Ying have 4 of those? She doesn't need 4.
No.
3 is good. I think there should be 2. There should be 2. Ying should not be able to control the round like that. Grim should not have 5 Bs. Grim should have 3 at tops. If you want to bounce him, sure, that's okay. You can bounce him, but he should not have that many Bs. That is insane.
Yeah, I think because he was hated for a long time.
Well, yeah, he was just so bad. He was so bad for a while.
Nobody
he was
picked
just
him
not
up
good, and no one picked him. And then they wanted to get him into the meta, and they wanted to be played. Now, that's fine. You can be played, but to do what you did that's insane. That should not be allowed.
Now, my thing is, do you feel like the devs listen to the pros more than they do to other content creators?
No, that whole I think it depends. I will say I don't know, but I will say I remember when RAM released and I had tweeted out about RAM being overpowered, and there was a change within like a week or two, and it was what I said. And I feel like I've never got confirmation on this, but I feel like they did listen to me, and I thought that felt good because when RAM first released, I was like, this is insane. You're telling me there's an operator that has 4 drones that rip the floor up, but on top of having 4 drones that rip the floor up, also have hard breach canisters, so she can open up soft breach and hard breach with the R4C. That's a bit much. It needs to be toned down. And then they took the cans away from her, and then I don't know if she had smoke shot, and then they took a drone away, and I was like, okay, that felt pretty good. I don't know if that was directly correlated with what I had to say, but if they did, cool. Like, I felt like I was heard, like, this was an issue I had, and they fixed it. That's great. The other issue I had was the sound. The sound in the game, I think, is terrible, but obviously, I don't know how much they could do about that. Yeah. But I know there's the whole thing with, they said that Macy J complained about Impacts doing too much.
Correct.
And then got nerfed.
I was going to tell you that.
Yeah, I saw that. So when you asked me that question, that's why I said no off the top of my head, because I was like, okay, well, that's like ridiculous. He mentioned that, and that got hit right away. But
like in a week, I think 3 days after, or a week.
I think it was
so.
Literally like 2 or 3 days. I mean, like, it was so sudden, it was just insane. And people were saying about that, like, complaining about it. And even he, like, when his stream thing went up, he was like, grenades are nerf, lol.
I went ahead and posted. I tweeted on that post. I said, hey, while you're at it, tell them to bring back unranked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cause I know, like, casual players not like that. Like
that standard sucks. Yeah,
standard
horrible,
sucks. It's
man.
like half the walls are already reinforced, and the rounds are.
Well, that's on casual, but the problem is with standard, you can't pick and ban maps, and nor you can't pick and ban operators.
Are you serious? What's the whole point?
And standard, and then they make it as unranked. So if you were ever to abandon, you'll get 60 minute. Oh,
that is so
60-minute penalty. Yeah. So the problem is that a lot of people don't want to play ranked. One, because they know they're facing a lot of cheaters. So they decide to go ahead and play unranked, that if they win or lose, no matter what, it won't jeopardize them. 2, if you're playing solo, it's not recommendable to be playing ranked, because you don't know who you're going to team up with. Yeah.
And your teammates are usually bad.
Correct.
I literally have a clip. I had a cheater on my team yesterday that was actually terrible. I mean, he was blatantly cheating, like shooting through walls, pre-firing, but we lost the game. But it was an HVH lobby. We're playing other cheaters. I've had 2 HVH lobbies in 2 days.
Oh my God. That's freaking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking horrible. The problem is that, it's this cheating issue. It's gone way too far, man.
Oh, I agree. I mean,
it's hurting.
I obviously say very worse things, but there should be repercussions for it. I always mention it a lot. I think it's like South Korea or Japan. If you were caught cheating, that is bad. Like, you go to prison for that. These accounts, you should have your not social security. You should have an ID linked. You should have something linked to the game that one can show who you are, and then 2, like, you get punished for it, because all these kids cheat and there's no repercussions. They spend how much money on a DMA, which is how people cheat now. It's like it's called direct memory access or something like that, and basically it's using 2 computers. And they cheat, and they get away with it. And now the whole thing is, like, people will cheat but then deactivate their account, and because they deactivated their account, you don't get rollback. So it's just it's like ridiculous to me.
Well, supposedly,
but cheating hurts games a lot.
Yeah, supposedly, apparently they are going to, allegedly, because I don't know if this is 100%, that the game is going to be linked up to your PC in a way. So if they catch you cheating, you get a PC band.
Well, yeah, that's a HWID. It's a hardware ID band.
Oh, okay.
They bind it to, like, your graphics card, I think, or like your CPU.
Something is gonna link up. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's been a thing for a while. Like the hardware ID bands.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like that's how people get away with it, is DMA, because they have another computer. Okay, like the Wi-Fi chips you put in your motherboard. I'm pretty sure that's where it goes into. And
so it's like cloning it or something.
You just plug it in and it connects it, and you connect it to, like, another PC. And that's how the cheats work. It's a little weird. I don't know 100% exactly how, but that's what I was told about it.
You know what's really crazy? My grandfather used to tell me whoever invented the lock also invented the key.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you know, these hackers, you know, they just figure they're just always gonna figure it out.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Something
inevitably
out.
they will, but there should be I think Vanguard's a great thing for the game. Like in Valorant and Vanguard, that is
Yeah.
crazy. You could take screenshots of my computer all you want. I don't have anything to hide. I don't have anything crazy like that or malicious.
Mhm.
Like there's no issue. That should be mandatory. Like for example, to play League of Legends or Riot Games, Vanguard is online. So in order to even if you close Vanguard, which you're allowed to do, say you want to go cheat or you want to like have mods for a game or something that will it might flag it, you could turn it off and that's okay. But if you want to play the game, you need to have Vanguard running. So you have to restart your PC, Vanguard will turn on, and then you can play the game. And so Vanguard has since then been added to League of Legends, and the League of Legends scripting is a very big thing. So basically, think of it as like aimbot. You'll never miss an ability. You can dodge every ability, and that's what it is. And there were characters like Zareth who people would script on. And since Vanguard has been out, that champion's win rate has dropped by a significant amount because the people that were cheating on it can't cheat anymore. And these are just, I think it's great for the game. I think some of that should be added to Siege. If Siege were to have better anti-cheat, the game would flourish. The game would do so well. So I don't know why.
And the thing is, it's PC. There's cheaters, and console. There's cheaters.
There's cheaters.
Xbox is suffering from people using M&K Sims. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's like all over. It's like my freaking goodness. It's like a virus destroying a game that usually these hackers like. Because they play because they like the game. They just want to cheat on it. Like why you're damaging something that you like, that contradicts itself.
Exactly.
Want to do something, why don't you work for those companies and help them stop other hackers? A lot of it is like instant
I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about the game. A lot of it's like instant gratification and like wanting to get attention because no one knows you, and so they cheat to get to the top. But it's just, I don't know. In general, it's not like a really good life skill to have, to have zero problem solving skills and to falter at adversity and stuff like that. It's just insane. That's a whole nother rant. Cheaters are just crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just really hope they resolve
I want the game to do well because I like the game. Obviously I get a livelihood off it and people enjoy it, but cheaters just ruin the fun.
Now, when you're streaming, you got your own set of group of people you play with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just play with like my close buddies, like my IRLs. I don't really play with the pros. Like I do at the very beginning of the season. I play with like Pablo and them, but I don't have fun. Like I'm not really close to those people. I kind of just have a small circle of my friends, and that's who I enjoy playing with.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, because you play with the pro players all the time. You're scrimming a whole bunch of times, and there's times that you need to relax and play with your friends.
Yeah, I enjoy playing with my friends. It's fun. Obviously, I'm not going to win as much because they're not, professionals that play the game every, day of the year. But is something
you're just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having more fun doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly. That's the way I see it.
That's pretty cool. Have you ever gotten reached out to do a 1v1 against Jinxie?
No. Some of my friends were telling me that. Like people like ask them, and I was like, I can, but I don't usually respond. So
isn't that freaking crazy how it like all turned backwards? A person that before a lot of people would reject him, and now due to fame and popularity, now he won't even acknowledge, not even pro players. Yeah,
that's what Merc was saying. Merc said that he used to go in his chat all the time, and okay. Merc used to go in his chat all the time and talk to him, and he just doesn't even respond to him now.
Yeah. Same here. I remember I used to say, "Hey, what's up?" But you always talk about, "Hey, how you doing, man?" All this and that. And now it's like that. Let me tell you something. That's one thing that could destroy somebody is the ego. I tell people, hey, once you get high, don't forget about the people that were there for you in the beginning, because once you start losing fans and you start losing people and you're no longer popular no more, You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. Don't stay humble. Stay humble. There's a group of people, content creators, that I just don't particularly like because I know their egos are just so ridiculous high. And I don't even care if they have 1 million followers. I don't care. I just don't even associate myself with them. I notice that the ones that are the humble is the ones I like the best,
Yeah.
Because what's the point? At the end of the day, we're just having fun. We're playing a game and
Yeah, we're all just playing games.
we're playing games.
People get weird about it.
Yeah, some people just
Like the only way I'd act like that is if someone were to act like that towards me, because I just think it's like ridiculous. Like I'm playing video games for a living. Like I understand what I do and I'm grateful for it.
correct.
Like there's that's the way I see it. But if they're gonna be weird about it, then I will be too.
Exactly. Usually that's more of the competitive side of you, because usually other pro players start taunting and trying to flex on you, and you just flex back on them. But it's the competitive side. You see that a lot. That's why a lot of these times when you guys are playing, you're screaming at each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I remember that video. You guys, bye.
Dude, no, I mean that guy talks crazy. They were talking crazy. Like,
Really? What happened there?
It wasn't everyone talking crazy. They were just like talking shit. But like obviously, a chief talks shit, so we're gonna talk shit back. And I forget how the whole bye thing came up. I think that was just Gunner was doing it, so we were all just like bye, like
Yeah.
have a nice flight home.
Yeah, you guys like bye. They were like,
I thought it was funny
they
because
were pissed off.
yeah, I mean obviously they were sour about it, but I know like Gasher's his geek ass is giving like some, like he was like mean mugging us, like looking at us like weird, and it's like, bro, you gotta relax. Say it's not that serious.
Yeah.
But I remember I think we lost the first map, but we won the second map. And after we had lost it, like obviously we're all walking together, so they could hear us, and we were like taunting them, like talking shit. And Merg after that goes, oh, wait till you play us on a real map. It was either that verbatim or it was something very similar to that. And that's when we played them on club and just blew them out the fucking water. And so I thought it was hilarious, and that was also part of the reason like we're saying bye, because that was funny.
Yeah, that's freaking wild.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean that I like talking shit.
Yeah,
I think it's fun. It makes the game more competitive, and obviously the stakes are higher, because when you lose, it's like, fuck, dude, I lost, and like I was talking so much, like that sucks. But yeah, no, a lot of these people though, they don't really do it in person. It's more so on the internet.
It for the fun and the heck with it, to get on people's mind.
Well, I mean, the person that I see that person that I think does it the most is like Pambazal, for example. Like I think he's he's a really good example for this, because like on Twitter, like he'll say whatever he wants, yada yada, and then in person it's just like head to the floor, walking, not talking to anyone, and I think it's hilarious.
You know what I used to do before a match, and I used to start telling other people like, oh, snap, so-and-so is here. Oh, we're going to lose. Yo, take it easy on us. And they're like, who are you? I was like, I know who you are, man. I played against you. You're freaking good. Like, I just got this game like a month ago. I'm like, bro, you're good. And I said, you're playing with this guy too? Oh, guys, take it easy on us. You're going to destroy us. And then let's say, for instance, they're like, they're up by 1. And I say, I told you, man, take it easy on us. You guys are too good. And then all of a sudden, we start winning. And I'm like, damn it. I'm telling you, play better, man. Okay, start playing better against us. And just like getting inside their head, never saying anything negative,
like
but
kindness,
it's just reverse psychology, and just make them feel like, telling them they're way better and way better. And for some odd reason, they start to lose. I've done this so long for years, and it's like 80% it works, because they're used to people talking trash. But then when you're getting somebody saying, hey, take it easy on us, you're way too good for this, and you're better than me, and then you start winning and they're like, hey, wait 1 second, you're just trying to mess with me. Just get it is that's what it is. It's the same thing like boxing. These people, when they go face each other, they just talking all the crap, and then they're boxing. And after the match, they hug each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's part of the sport. That's all it is. Don't take it serious. It's all part of it. Try to mess with people's heads, before you play. Now, is there? You've been many years in this. Is there a region that for you is like, man, playing against these different regions is hard? Like EU versus, you played against Brazilians.
The hardest one would be Brazil for sure. We've beat all the Brazilian teams besides W7M or Furia now. And then FaZe we've only beat once, but the match didn't matter. So those teams are tougher. Now, granted, like, for example, the most recent invite, we had not much time, and we had a role swap. I've literally played a role I've never played before. So something always happens, but we do struggle with those teams. We do well against the other regions. Obviously, in each region, there's going to be a hard team. So, like, for example, like, in Europe, BDS is a hard team.
Of course, yeah.
And, in LATAM,
G2?
FaZe and Furia, we've never got to play G2. We played the last time I played G2 was when Seth was on the team. We have never once gotten to play G2. I think these brackets are rigged because it would even make for a good storyline if it was rigged. Like when we had Citizen on the team, if he played against G2, it's like, oh, like Citizen against G2 is going to get revenge on his old teammates, because it happened with TSM and Yonkaping. Like we had Geo against TSM, like
correct.
So I just don't understand how we have never got them one time.
I don't like that freaking point system, man.
Yeah, it's way harsh now. Way harsh now that
I don't like
it's changed.
Between you and I, do you believe that W7M would have won if Oxygen was in there and BDS was in there in Brazil?
Won what? In Brazil? I don't think OXG would have made a difference. I think BDS maybe, but I don't know off the top of my head. I still think that they have a winning record against them, W7M. I think, yeah, I don't know for certain, like, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure, like, W7M spit on that team every time they play them.
Against BDS?
I think so. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't like remember.
But I think the competition would have landed. But Oxygen does really good against EU and other teams. They just I don't know what it is when they go against NA players. It's like really weird. They will do really, really good. And I remember when Oxygen beat BDS in one tournament. I had Redeemer on the show. We were talking about that. I was like, dude,
that was Charlotte. I'm pretty positive that was Charlotte.
Okay.
Because they beat BDS, and then the next day they showed up. They didn't even show up. They played against the Astralis, and the Astralis, they got like 4 rounds, I think.
Kind of crazy.
OXG's only made, besides them getting the invite points to play at Invite 2023, they haven't played the event in almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's thanks to partially me, because every time we've had to play in an LCQ or something like that for it, we'd always beat them. So, that is unlucky.
That is unlucky.
They'd always, they literally would always have to play us, and every time we would beat them.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, when you were there in Brazil, what was your experience and what do you liked about it? Do you liked it? You had a blast, or were you like pumped up?
The food was fine. So the event itself was cool. The event was great. I liked the event. But the food itself was fine. I didn't really like it that much. I think it was bad. It was great. I got to go to an event and experience another country. Like, I think it's really cool that I get to do what I do because I'm 25 and I've been to already 3 continents. I've been to multiple different countries. I met a different amount of people. I met my girlfriend at a different event. I met a lot of my good friends at the other places. Like, I'm very grateful for it because people my age don't get to do that.
Correct.
And so it's like I get my dream job that I have passion for. Like since a kid, I was like, I like playing video games. I want to play video games as a job, and I get to do it. I make really good money doing it, and then on top of that, I get to travel the world doing it. So, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Germany, been to Netherlands. I've been to Copenhagen. I've been to Sweden. I've been to the UK. I've been to Brazil. I've been to what's the other one? Canada. I've been to a lot of different places, and I'm really grateful for it, and I enjoy my time there. So, yeah, I really like that.
I heard the next SI is going to be East Coast US. I'm just crossing my fingers and hopefully it's going to be in Florida. Imagine in Orlando.
If where it was leaked, then I know where it is, and it is not there. But you'll still be happy with where it's at.
Oh, it's not. Oh, you already. It got leaked.
I'm pretty sure it got leaked. I'm pretty positive. I don't know.
They said New York, but I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
They said New York, so it's going to more likely be probably like the Staples Center or something like that. But I mean, I could spread a lie and say, "Hey, here's a leak. It's going to be here." And
well,
actually,
it was credible. It was a credible source.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't like it was just like, oh, this is that. I'm pretty sure it was actually credible, or it might have been the same as Oh my god, dude! Sorry, I'm playing.
I remember this is allegedly. We don't know, but this is what some sources people will say things. I mean, I don't know. I'm just repeating what the rumors.
Yeah.
But that's what it was told. But I'm like, dang. I mean, yeah, New York. If it's New York, then fine. I mean,
I've never been there, so if it is there, that'd be great because I get to explore it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I've been in New York, quite a few times. My father still lives up there, and it's really nice.
Are you from New York or no? Or he moved there?
No, I'm originally born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
In the island, yeah. I'm from the island. So I was a Navy brat. My stepfather was in the Navy, so I did a lot of traveling. And
you were in the Navy?
No, my stepfather. I was a Navy brat.
Oh, Navy.
That's what they call children
Navy.
of sailors, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, family's all been military. My uncle was in the army.
Yeah, that's how mine was. Like before me, like my grandfathers and like uncles, military. Like my great grandfather, my grandpa Frank, he passed away like years ago. I was a kid still. Served in World War II, and then some in Vietnam, some in what was the other one? Hold up, 1 second. Team fight, World War II, and I forget the other one. It was Nam. It was
Vietnam.
And then yeah. And then other than that, I'm trying to think.
There was a war that didn't last that long, but I don't think it's that one. I forgot the name of that one.
Well, not Sandstorm, not like the 90s or Desert Storm, but yeah, no, Nam and World War II for sure. But and then I had some of them, like he was in all branches of the military. Like he was Army, Navy,
Oh,
Marines.
really?
He did it all.
That's crazy. He just loved it.
Yeah, he was.
It's like
he lived a
kind
very
of
long
hard
time.
for him to leave. It's like with you, what you're going through with esports. When the time comes, you still want to stay in it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I really hope I had like a scare last year in February because my wrist randomly started hurting really bad, and then
I remember.
Inside here, this area right here, it would get really, really hot, and I was really scared that my wrist was cooked. Like I was like, oh, I might have to have surgery. I might have carpal tunnel or the other one.
Carpal tunnel. Yeah, that's what it was, right?
No, it went away.
What?
I don't know what it was. I don't have it. Yeah, my wrist.
I remember
fine
you
now.
and I. We spoke in private. Remember we talked?
Yeah.
And I even had my wife.
Oh, the only issue I have now with my hand is so I can twist it. See, I can twist it. Oh my god. Hold up. This guy's dude. Sorry. The only issue I have with it now is that when I have weights and I'm doing curls, if it's too heavy, I can't. Or if it's like a machine and my hand has to be twisted, it hurts right here on this like bone area.
But didn't they did an X-ray on you? Didn't they check it out?
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I don't think they X-rayed my. If you remember, I have bad memory, so I don't remember if they did or not. I know I got X-ray for something.
For your knees.
Oh, for my knee and for my foot. But
dude,
I forget.
You're a freaking football player that has gone through so much and is a gamer.
Yeah, my knee it's still kind of messed up a bit. I was supposed to do legs yesterday. I shouldn't even go because my knee, at least I had something for my knee and knew what it was. They said I needed to go back in again. I need to get my records because I moved back home, so I need records, get a new GP, and then go through that.
Mhm.
But
Tell you gotta stop playing these running shooting games, man.
yeah, that's definitely what it is. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to get these, like how they even come up. But yeah,
I bet the doctors are like, okay, what sport are you into? I'm a gamer.
Yeah, how's
Wait, one second.
exactly?
Your knees are hurt, and you
no, that was beat.
I remember, man. You were wearing a boot, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I broke my foot. I dropped a 70. Okay, I didn't drop it. I say I dropped it, but what happened was it was the gym, and someone didn't place it down correctly on the on the weight rack, and the little thing was like loose, so it rolled off and landed on my foot.
Oh God!
And what happened was, so it rolled off and landed on my foot, and at first I don't know if it was just like a shock or something, but I didn't realize what happened. I kind of just like like a hiss, and I was like, man, that really, really hurt. I'll be fine. I just walked this off. And then as time went on, and by time I mean like maybe a minute or so, my foot started hurting more. And the guy that was working next to me was also a guy that works at the gym. And I was like, hey, this heavy weight just fell on my foot from this height. What should I do? Should I go home or keep working out? And he was like, you should go home and go to the ER immediately.
Correct. Yeah.
And so as I was walking out the door is when I started feeling my foot hurt a lot, started swelling. And then when I got home, because I went home, then went to the ER, my foot was starting to turn purple, and it was getting a lot bigger. And I was like, man, like that really hurt. So then when I got to the ER, my foot was broken. It was fractured, and I got the x-rays done. And yeah, that hurt really bad, and I don't want to do that again. But the boot sucked because we were boot camping in Harrisburg, and it was snowing, so the snow would get into my boot, and that was really annoying. That was so annoying.
Crazy, man. I remember you were worried about your wrist.
Yeah, the wrist one was actually really scary.
And I said, listen, it's gonna take months, but don't touch weights, don't do nothing.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I'm not there. I mean, I work in the medical field, but my specialty is cardiology. You tell me stuff about your heart, you show me your rhythm on and I can tell you what's going on inside your heart just by the rhythm itself.
Yeah.
But when you told me about that, I was concerned because I was like, man, this guy's such a good guy. I really wish nothing happens. And I know you felt like, I know you were nervous about, what's going to happen to you if they're going to like probably kick you. Okay, well, we're going to have to bench you.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, because I was like, dude, like, I don't know if it's serious or not. Like, I really hope not. But hey, guys, I had like wrist issues, and it's not doing well. So I remember that being there. I was like, oh, dude, am I going to bench for this?
You were nervous. And I was like, man, I hope everything. And I'm, knowing how Seth is a really good guy. He's not gonna like kick you to the side just because, you had carpal tunnel, something happened. He's very open-minded. He has a good heart. And I know he got your back. So
yeah, I would say regardless of how he comes off on the internet, like the whole like persona, him being an asshole, no, he's a pretty good guy. He's not.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. There was one moment I had to say, dude, everything okay, man? You seem kind of like, everything cool? And he's like, yeah, man, I just, everything's cool. I was like, oh, okay. It's this character that he puts on Twitch. I tell people, don't take him serious. he's like the goof around like that. So I'm happy. So now you should always get it checked. I mean, you never got it checked afterwards or did an x-ray. You don't want something to grow abnormal because you could break something or whatever and it will grow abnormal. But then I know, again, your fear is like, okay, let's say if they do find something and then I'm going to need surgery and I don't want to go through that because it's not off season or whatever.
Yeah.
Say do that stuff when it's off season, make sure, and then you can ask the doctor how long would it take to recover. And they will tell you. But if your hand is doing good now and everything's working fine, I think there's nothing, to worry about.
No issue.
It's as long if it's starting again, you start having pains again, then you're gonna have to like really. But yeah, a lot of things happen to you. I was like, man, something's always happening to Richie. Oh my Lord. I said, God, protect this kid now, man. He's a gamer and he just going through injuries as a football player. And like, goodness.
Yeah. It still kind of hurts a little bit, but nowhere near as what it used to be.
So
it was called, or who that happened to?
Packer had an injury in the gym. I think with his foot or knee or something like that. Something happened to him. He was injured for a while. These guys are getting injured at the gym.
Called Osgood-Schlatter is what it's called. Let me see. Yeah, Osgood-Schlatter disease. It's an overuse condition or injury of the knee that causes a painful bump and swelling on the shin bone below the knee. It affects kids during their pre-adolescent growth spurt and the tweens 10 to 13. But I don't know why I got mine so much later.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
how long did it last you?
I mean, I've been having this since last year in May. It's about a year now.
And you still have it from time to time? Does it just...
Not as bad.
Man. And the problem is that you got to pay for your own health care, right?
Yes.
Well,
no. Now I'm back in the state. Or now I'm back in California. When I was in... what's it called? When I was in Vegas, my healthcare only works in California, but we tried to get it working there and it didn't, so I had to pay for it.
Okay, so now you're in Cali, so things are a little bit different.
Yes.
Now, question: you stayed at Pennsylvania at the team's house, right?
No, and when we were boot camping, we stayed. They got us to Airbnb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's wild. That's crazy. A lot of people like to live in the team house. They just like to stay there.
Oh, no. I mean, we had a team house in Vegas, but when we boot camped for Invite, we were in an Airbnb.
Yeah, you're in Airbnb. Oh, okay. Freaking crazy, man. Crazy. Now, any plans that you have for the future now? I mean, just practicing, or is there anything else like you're trying to do? Are you plans to get married or?
I mean, after the whole, I'm gonna be playing video games the rest of my life. I know I am. Like, it's just something I do. Unless I really wake up one day and it just clicks in my head not to, that'd be a whole different story. But I'm gonna be doing it. Eventually, yeah, I would like to do that. I want to have a kid, but not soon. Not soon. I don't want to have to, like, I want to have, my own home, be financially stable, and then have a kid. But
yeah.
So I'm 25 right now. Maybe I'll start thinking about it around 30 because I don't want to have a kid right now.
Yeah.
My own opinion on it, so obviously it's a bit harsh and not as normal from others, or at least I think, is I think having a kid early, I mean, like 18, 19, like literally ruins your life because
it does.
You can't do anything. You can't explore or be free. You constantly have to care for the kid and take care of them. And that's okay if you want to do that. But I would never want to do that for myself because I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. Yeah. How would I do what I do, but take care of a kid, but also have to travel? Like, it's impossible. So I want to do as much as I can, travel, do whatever I want, hang out. And then after have a kid, because a kid is it's like a life-term commitment. But if you want to get technical, it's, till they're 18 and then you can stop supporting if you chose to. But
once they go to college or they join the military, do something.
But even then, you're still looking out for them. So
correct. Yeah.
I think I'm selfish, and having a kid is you got to be very committed. Like that's
very committed, very complex. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
That's a lot of people decide to get a remote job when they have kids and work from home because they want to be there.
Yeah.
So it's just different. The best thing you're doing right now is what you're doing. Just wait. Yeah. Wait until like you reach 29, 30, because also you don't want to have him too old. Because when he's 18, you guys can't even go jogging together.
Exactly.
So you want to just balance out the age and make sure everything's okay, then you're good to go. And then, that time will come. That time will come. Now you live now with your brother, you said?
I'm back home now. I have not lived.
Oh, you're back home with your parents.
Yeah. I have not been here since I was like 18. I mean, I moved out at 18.
Wow.
I moved out to live with my grandfather for like a year, maybe a year, a little bit, some change, and then I went to Team House, and then I've been away from home ever since. But
how's it feel to be back home?
It's cool. I mean, my parents are divorced, so it's just I live here. My mom, my stepdad, my brother, and my sister. So I mean, it's nice. I have my own area, I have my own room. I just I kind of stay to it because that's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
And
I bet mom is happy because there's nothing like a mother knowing that her son is home. Is like, oh, she could sleep really freaking good now.
Yeah, she did not do well with me leaving. She'd always start to cry, and then I was like, Mom, you can't keep crying, or if you're gonna do that, at least wait till I leave.
Yeah.
And so no, I mean, she's really happy that I'm home. I think it's nice being home because even though it's myself,
she pampers you, honey. I made dinner here.
Yeah, I don't. Not as much anymore, That's been 5 months now. But at the very beginning, that was nice. But I mean, I like being home. She's excited I'm home. It's nice because like my brother's here, my sister's here, my stepdad, and my mom. So I actually see my family because living out of state, away from family, it did get a little bit lonely because obviously I'm not around them. So like around my dad's side of the family, I'm never around. So there's not much of a bond with them anymore. But like here, it's like I'm so close to them. Like I talk to them. I see them every day. It's a good time, and I like it. So, besides that, it's also nice not having to worry about paying rent. Like, if I were to pay rent, I wouldn't mind doing it because it wouldn't be nowhere near what I was paying in Vegas. Like, in Vegas, when I was living there, my bills altogether were almost $2,500 a month, which is insane. Which now it's nowhere near. Now it's because I'm like 800 something, or maybe like 1,100 was like for a car. But I got out of that. That's a whole different story. That no, I definitely got taken advantage of on that one. But I got out of the debt, broke even, paid that car off, and now I got a new car that I like a lot more. And then on top of that, I don't have to pay rent and don't have to pay utilities, so I save money on that.
I mean, it's always good to just slip something in your mom's pocket. Here, Mom, go buy yourself something. Thank you.
I'm not here like.
Yeah.
Completely free. Like, I do groceries and I help them do errands.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not like just literally just.
Let me tell you, saving money on rent. Oh my God, you save so much money. So this is the time to take advantage and put everything in the bank, and that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. I think probably what you did. Okay, I gotta get fiber internet because I need super high speed.
We have that. Yeah, but say my brother covers that. It's like $75, I think, and we have gig down, gig up.
Oh, okay, that's good, man.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I got the 2 gigs up and 2 gigs down, and I did it mainly for Flight Simulator because Flight Sim is so massive. Well, it uses what is it? It uses one. It's after a terabyte of memory. Is the memory of all the memory that contains of Google Maps.
Oh,
so you can't download that on your PC.
Yeah.
So it has to be fed.
Oh, is it upload or is it? No, it's download. So you have to have it higher. So like when you're flying around.
You just gotta have to have fast internet, very fast. I mean, 1 gig will do, but AT&T had a special, so I just went ahead and just did the two gigs up and 2 gigs down, and it's freaking wild. I mean, that's my favorite game. It's like you have that Halo, I have the Flight Simulator, but when it comes to first person shooter,
no?
Huh?
You have like a rig for it, like like when you play racing games with like the chair and stuff.
Yeah, no, I want to build a cockpit, but a lot of people telling me like, listen, forget about building a cockpit, dude. Get the VR.
Oh,
buy a VR, and I'm like, really? Now they have specific VRs that cost like $3,000, but it's just they say the experience, like if you're afraid of heights and you're flying and you pull up, to fly up, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Your heart
that'd
starts
be
pumping
cool.
real fast. They say the experience is like when you're looking around, you're actually seeing you're feeling like you're inside that cockpit, you're flying.
Yeah.
So I want to have that experience. I have an ultra wide monitor. I have a really good PC that can run it, but it's like, you know what? I want to have the experience of the VR. I think that's going to be
cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my goal. My next thing is to buy that and just actually play it in VR. But, it's little by little, because if I was to spend $3,000, my wife would actually kill me and I'll be divorced and I'll be homeless. And, it's crazy. So I just like, I'm going to wait on it. I'm not going to just go. So going back to Rainbow, what are your favorite operators? If people ask, what's Rexen favorite ops on defense and offense?
Offense right now, probably like Buck, Dokkaebi, and probably Ace. I play a lot of Ace. Like I don't like playing him in ranked, I play him a lot, but Buck and Dokkaebi are for sure right now my favorite. And then on defense, Brava too. Brava's another good one. Buck, Dokkaebi, Brava. Defense, I like Fenrir, Solus. I like Mute a lot, actually. I'm playing a lot of Mute. Mute's pretty fun. So I'd say those are my top 3 on both sides.
Okay. Your favorite map?
It used to be Chalet. I don't know now. I'm trying to think. I really like, I'd say Consulate. I like Consulate a lot. No, Nighthaven. That's my favorite map, for sure.
Really? Nighthaven is your favorite map?
I like Nighthaven a lot. That's a fun map.
Oh my god, a lot of people hated that map.
Yeah, I mean, when it very first came out, I wasn't really that much of a fan of it, but no, I like that map a lot.
Yeah, it was like a maze. I was like, what the heck? I think the newer one, the one out now, that one just really likes a freaking maze.
Which one are you talking about? You're talking about Emerald Plains or?
No. Nighthaven is the last one, right? The new one?
The newest map? I think so. I had no idea.
Is that the one that's like a freaking maze, everything? That's like this the latest map?
There's the Animus in it, the Assassin's Creed like station.
No, that's the Emerald Plain, no?
No, that's in Nighthaven. Emerald Plains the maze map.
Okay. Because I'm like, man, it's I when those maps are like that, they're like a freaking maze. I just go ahead and I just use Capcan.
Yeah, exactly.
What I do is I found a trick. I just freaking hide. I hide first. Help us breach, help us do this, and help us No, I'm freaking hiding because once they know that there's a Capcan, they're gonna freaking use Brava. They're gonna switch it up. So let me go hide. And once that timer clicks, I just start placing all the freaking.
Yeah.
And I tell them, listen, somebody go Solus, destroy all the drones, which by the way, they're gonna take that out on her. They're gonna eliminate that.
Wait, Solus? Yeah, exactly. That's good. They need that.
They need that because that kind of like, why use the drones if she's gonna be destroying it?
Yes, no, Solus is just insane.
Yeah, I was overpowered. I was like, dang, I can't even place my drone anywhere. They're already destroyed it. Solus just finds it, cloop, cloop. So on prep phase, that's not gonna be able to work anymore pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what I was saying though. Like when they like those nerfs that are coming out, they should already be in the game. They should be implemented. Like why do we have to wait so long for them?
Now that the fan base is up there, yeah, go ahead and do it. Yeah.
If they would have released operators as soon as they get dropped out in Pro League, spicing it up, like, I mean, they should also, if they're going to release them that quick, they should also nerf them that quick. They shouldn't be running around that long.
Yeah. Freaking crazy, man. Well, Richie, I know time is of essence and you got things to do and is busy, and pretty soon I gotta get going doing some things. Okay. Man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. It's a freaking honor.
I had a great time on it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I tell you, man, it's nice. Something relaxed. Some people tell me, oh man, I only got 30 minutes. I only got an hour. I said, okay, fine. When they're on the show, they're like, man, I had such a freaking good time. We could have kept on talking. I was like, I know, but it is what it is.
I'm just indecisive, and like a procrastinator, so it just depends on. Oh shit! It just depends. Like for example, I got asked to do one yesterday. And I was like, I'm free. I might as well just do it. And then you asked me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm still free. I can just do it right now. And you're like, oh, let's do tomorrow. So like, okay, that's fine. Like, no issue. Because I know you've been asking me for a while, and I've been putting it off, but
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it. It just has to be around like a certain time, and I'm not practicing right now, so I have no issue doing it.
It's one time when you can and you're available, and also you got to be in the mood for it. And if, if you have things going on and situations, you don't want to talk to nobody, you want to resolve all those issues, there's always going to be that perfect time for everything. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool, man. Well, bro, I always give everybody like a minute on the stage so you could tell everybody where they could find you, links, socials, everything that you got out there. Twitch, go ahead. The stage is yours, man.
Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I stream on Twitch. I'm actually going to be streaming after this. I'm going to be streaming Siege, and then it's going to be playing 10-mans and Brio server, so just Rexen, just REXEN, and then on YouTube, I think it's Rexen R6. If not, it's Rexen, and then same on Twitter, it's Rexen R6, and that's where you'll find me on social media. But no, yeah, I appreciate you having me here, and I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Amen. Yeah, man, I had a phenomenal time, man. So it won't be the last time or the first last. So I'm gonna make sure to bring you back on later in the future. Yeah, it's freaking awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, Richie, for coming on, man. You're a spectacular person, and I recommend all of you guys around the world and the 25 countries that are listening. Thank you so much for being a big support to the channel. Please watch my friend Richie Rexen. He's on Twitch. Follow him on Twitter. Phenomenal, humble human being. And guys, I'm sorry I'm a little bit under the weather. I feel a little bit sick, so you might hear like my voice changed a little bit. So I'm not feeling too well today, but I still have that energy and bring out good content for you guys. So please follow him and follow his stuff. I mean, he's phenomenal, and he's with Team Soniqs, a phenomenal pro player. Well, guys, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. You know the deal. Till next time, God bless you. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. VTach Show, and don't forget to click follow.